Hare Krishna. Welcome to Corporate Bhagavad Gita.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
There are prayers on my screen. You can repeat with me. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam
Swayam
Rupa Kada Mayam Dadati Swabhadantikam Vandeham
Vande
Shri Guru
Shri Guru
Yukta
Shri
Padaganam
Ram Shri
Shri
Guru Ram
Gurun
Shri
Vaishnavansha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam
Sajivam
साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा
Shri
कृष्ण
Radha
पदान्
Krishna
सहगण
Padan
ललिता श्री
Sahakananda Shri
विशाखान्वितांश्च
Vishakanatam Cha
हे कृष्ण
Shri
करुणा
Krishna
सिंधु
Karuna
दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश
Jagat
गोपिका कांत
Gopish
राधा कांत नमोस्तुते
Sute
कांचन
Bhakti
गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Krishna
हरे हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
राम
Ram,
राम
Hare Ram,
राम राम
Ram.
हरे हरे. So welcome to Corporate Bhagavad Gita. Uh, we completed 13th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So we'll start today with the 14th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So this is a very interesting chapter. Previous chapter, 13th chapter was very philosophical, but this chapter is very practical. It is very practical. You will see this. These concepts will be spreading in 14th, 17th, and 18th chapter, but it's very practical. We will go into it. So, in the 13th chapter, verse number 22, in this particular verse, Krishna says that the living entity in material nature thus follows the ways of life, enjoying the three modes of material nature. This is due to his association with that material nature. Thus, he meets with good and evil among various species. So, there are these three modes of material nature: Sattvagun, Rajagun, Tamagun. Bhunkte Prakriti Jan Guna. So, these three modes, when one connects, then Karanam Guna Sangasya, when he takes association of this guna, Sad Asad Yoni Janmasu. Janmasu. Janmasu means take birth. Yoni, various kinds of bodies they take birth. Species of life, you can say like that. Species of life. So when the jiva connects with the three modes of material nature, various kinds of bodies um, are taken birth. Animal, aquatics, tree, like that. Now, let's say animal body. Let's say lion body. So what kind of mentality is needed to get the lion body? If I ask you this question, can you tell me what kind of mentality, desires are required to take birth in a lion body?
Killing others, eating their
Hmm.
flesh.
Yeah. Killing others, eating flesh.
Yeah.
Third thing is
Uh,
leadership kind of role.
Fearful, yeah, leadership, yeah.
Then very aggressive.
Aggressive.
Anger. Anger is one of the things that you will see in lion and tiger. Angry tiger, angry lion.
Yeah.
I went to this Banerghatta Zoo. So they take a bus inside the zoo, no, um, where this thing, I mean, these tigers you can see very closely, and you
Mm-hmm.
will see that uh, if somebody goes very near, then they get very angry. Mm. So it's like you can see, the angry face of a tiger, right? Of a
Yeah.
lion, it's dangerous. So somebody who is having so much of anger in him and he wants to eat flesh and all that, okay, aggressive nature, and many other things. So in next life one will get this kind of body where they can enjoy, where they can live in that kind of mentality.
Mm.
Okay, so this is what Krishna is saying. um, when one gets in contact with the three modes, okay, due to the association with that three modes, they meet with good and evil among various species. So in a lion body there is good, there is evil also. Of course it's an animal body. The evilness is you are always angry, right? And you're eating flesh. Some good thing will be you will be very aggressive leader kind of role. But this is what the jiva will experience. Okay, good and evil among various species.
Mm.
This is what it will experience. See, nature is said to be the cause of material causes and effect, whereas living entity is the cause of various suffering and enjoyments in the world. So whatever suffering and enjoyment we get by going through various bodies, we are only, the jiva is only responsible for it. The nature is not responsible, right? The jiva is responsible. Uh, Maybe I'm not getting. Yeah. Now you see, children like in a drama. Let's put it like make up in dramas. Solk. Well, let's see. I'm not getting the right picture here. Um, but in a drama, right? Like let's say, characters in drama. Maybe this can. Yeah. Like various characters one can play. Villain character, action character, protagonist, antagonist, right?
Yes.
Sometimes some animals. So in a drama, one has to then play that kind of role. One has to play
Yes.
that kind of role.
Yes, Prabhu.
Like he's in this animal body, then he has to act like an animal,
Yeah.
right? Even though that is not his nature, but because he's in that role, he has to act like that. So the jivatma, going back to the jivatma, it has nothing to do with all these bodies. Okay, it has nothing to do with all these bodies, but it has now got this body into it, so it has to act like that. So it got it, and lion's body to act like a lion, animal body to act like an animal, devata body to act like a devata. So we have been forced to act in various ways. So now the question comes is how to come out of these three modes. Right? We don't want to be in this drama every time, isn't it? No, we want to be the real person that we are. So what is this three modes? How do they act? How do they influence us? Um, Krishna is going to explain in this particular chapter modes of material nature. Okay, so let's get into this. But I'll still make a table here. Salt.
थोड़ा सा सॉल्ट रखनी चाहिए लग रहा था मेरा नेचुरल डाइजेस्ट
ठीक है. So, okay, we will still give a recap because it will give you more understanding how important is, like how interesting is this chapter. Uh, okay. I must have shown you this slide. Like you can see, there are these three suit that a person can wear: left, middle, right one. Now you can tell me which suit gives more flexibility, left one or the rightmost one or the middle one.
Prabhuji, I think left one.
Yes, so flexibility will get.
Yeah.
Which suit will give strength?
Middle one.
Middle one is definitely strength, an iron suit.
Iron.
Hmm? And this one will give us some different kind of facility.
Yes. Yes.
But if we are to take running, then probably this one will run. Okay,
Correct.
like that. So these are the various kinds of bodies that the Jivatma gets. How is that decided? Decided by the three modes. And these three modes, they influence us to act, talk, behave in certain ways. So Sattvagun, Rajagun, Tamagun, and it is controlled by Krishna. Okay. Now we'll get into some details of it. These are the three modes: Sattvagun, Rajagun, Tamagun. As the name suggests, Sattva. Sattva is what? Good.
Good.
Rajas is passion. Tamas is ignorance. Okay, nobody's joining. So these three modes are there: Sattvagun, Rajagun, Tamagun. The name is goodness, passion, ignorance. So by the name itself, we get some idea. Sattva, purity, right? Good. So this will definitely give us some good, right? Rajas is passion. Passion means to be, uh, having a desire to run after it to achieve something, right? That is a passion. Now this is ignorance. Ignorance, tamas. Tamas means darkness. Ignorance. This will put us in dark. Okay? Just by the name we'll get. So general nature is what sattva is. It is pure in nature. It is illuminating. Illuminating in sense, it is enlightening us in the truth. What is the real truth? The sinful reactions are less in this mode. Then in passion, rajas, it is unlimited desires, lot of hankering. I want this, I want that. A lot of ambition is there. On its own, ambition is good or bad? If I ask you, is ambition good or bad? What is the answer?
Both, Prabhuji, both depends like purpose. Yeah,
It is
Exactly.
for material desire, then it is not good.
No, it is not like that. Let's say material desire is what?
Like to earn more money or for
No,
luxury, for body enjoyment,
earning money has
for
no problems.
bodily consciousness, are trying to achieve
What trying to achieve?
for getting a good house, a luxurious house and luxurious
No,
car,
that is
and
not a
like
problem. That is not a problem. Because if you go back and look at the pure devotees of the Lord, the Pandavas, they were also great kings. They were fighters. They were ambitious. They did Ratsya Yagya. Hmm? They fought. They built big palaces.
maybe not having attachment to that achievement.
No, on its own, na, passion is not is neither right nor wrong. Okay, it is for the purpose. What we do is what matters. Okay,
Okay.
yeah. Similarly, ignorance, tamas. By the name itself, it seems like okay, there is some problem there.
yeah, darkness.
Yeah, but sleep comes in tamas. Sleep. So should we say that okay, sleep is not required? Is it okay with saying that?
No.
No.
So then we need sleep.
Yeah,
Okay. But again, too much of sleep, too less of sleep. Too much of sleep will be problematic. Too less of sleep will also be problematic.
correct.
Right? So everything we need. We need sattva, we need rajas, we need tamas. Okay. We need goodness, we need passion, we need ignorance. But all three should align with what? What it should align with?
Mm,
What is the purpose of Krishna coming in this world?
To deliver the fallen soul.
Right. This is the greatest, I mean, this is the famous verse, right? Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharatah adbhutanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham. Whenever, wherever there is decline in dharma of the ascendant of Bharata and prominent and predominant rise of adharma, at that time I shall descend myself. So take a clue from this verse and tell me what the three modes should be aligning with.
with dharma, with
Dharma.
our duty. Yeah,
Exactly.
religious.
Exactly. Exactly. So dharma is very important. See, Pandavas and all that, they were kings, but all their rajas, sattva, passion, ignorance, everything was aligned to dharma. Everything was aligned to that, what you say, ultimate good for the society. Okay, according to the Vedas. That's how we decide whether it is good, bad, or worse. Okay, does that help in understanding?
Yes, yes, Prabhu.
Okay, because in its own, we cannot say this is right, this is wrong, this is not right. We cannot say like that. But if it is aligning with a dharma principle, if it is aligning with or if it is done with a dharmic purpose, then it is a problem. Okay. So yes. So sattva is what it is. When one gets knowledge, one is happy in sattva. In passion, one is running after fruitive work. But even Pandavas were run after fruitive work. But it was everything dharma aligned. It was aligned with dharma. What is dharma? Dharma is that which is beneficial for everyone and for oneself in both conditions, for spiritual purpose and material purpose. Okay, like that is the definition of dharma. There are many definitions of dharma. This is one of them. Okay, one of the main definition of dharma is the very essence of anything. Just like a sweet, sugar. The essence of sugar is what? Sweet.
Sweet.
If it is not sweet, then it is not sugar. So that is dharma. So what is the essence of a jivatma? That he's atma, he's spiritual in nature. Okay. He needs to be connected back with the supreme spirit. That is the essence. That is dharma. So all that we do should be aligned with dharma. So even the rajas, tamas, sattva should be aligned with dharma. In goodness, one will be happy. In passion, one will be active. In ignorance, will be helpless. Result of tamas is what? Insanity, madness. Passion is misery. Goodness is just like name suggests, is happy. But anything that we create in this world requires passion. Okay. Without passion, we cannot create.
Yeah.
Without passion, we cannot create only. So there will be some misery. There will be some problems. Like starting a business. It requires passion. Na? If one is not passionate, then how can he do business? Isn't it? Let's say somebody is doing business and he or she is earning 2-3 lakh rupees per year. Now if they want to increase their business, what should they do? Can you give ideas? If they want to increase their business, what should they do?
Deliver more, like you have to increase volume or increase the profitability.
Exactly.
More, yeah, more
Let's say
work.
they have a
Like,
shop. So either make the shop bigger or have multiple shops in various locations where hundreds and thousands of people are visiting per day.
yes,
Right? Now if he or she decides, okay, I need to have 2-3 more shops, so they have to go rent shop locations, let's say at 2 more places. Now hire 2-3 people over there, 2-3 people over here, so 6 people, right? Buy that many goods to fill up the shop, right? Then sell it. Okay, all these things requires some passion, na? If one says, I want to increase my business but I just want to sit in my chair and everything should happen on its own, is it going to work like that?
no, no
So
problem.
some passion needs to be there, na?
Yes,
Without passion, without activeness, you can't go, na? Hai na? Without being active, you can't get also anything. So passion is required. But the nature of passion is what? There will be some misery. So those who are doing business and they want to increase their business, they will go through some misery. Yes, isn't it?
yes, yes, Prabhuji.
So if you ask these people who have five shops, externally we think, oh, very nice, na, 5 shops, he's getting so much of revenue, right? Of course, if you will see him, having a car and having a big house like that, isn't it? You will see
Yes,
that.
Prabhu.
But if you talk to that person will tell, right? If you talk to that person will tell um, whether how much headache he has to take to maintain that business. Is it come for free? Does it come for free?
No, Prabhu.
No, right? There is more headache. But without passion he cannot get that thing, na. He cannot survive also. He cannot grow. So passion is required. But let's say the person thinks, okay, I will grow my business but through illegal means. Through illegal means, I will sell drugs, or I'll sell something, alcohol or something, I'll get more money out of it because there is more money involved. Then does it sound problematic?
Yes, it is a big problem. Yeah.
Yeah. Why? Because it is not aligned with dharma.
Yeah.
Now you are getting how to understand sattva, rajas, tamas.
Yes, 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 Prabhu.
Okay, any questions before we move? Okay. So like that, everything is required. Sattva is required, rajas is required, tamas is also required. And we should make sure that we are aligned with dharma. That's it. Then the result is wonderful. Then the result is beneficial for oneself and is beneficial for everyone. Okay. Okay. So so this concept of rajas, tamas and sattva, these are spread in 14 chapter, uh, 17 chapter and 18 chapter. So we will be keep visiting these three things again and again. Okay. So let's jump into it. If there are any questions, you can interrupt me. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Param Bhuya Pravakshami Jnanam Jnananam Param Bhuya Pravakshani Jnananam Jnanam Uttamam Yajnatva Mune Sarve Param Siddhim Ito Gataha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna said, again I shall declare to you this supreme wisdom. So this three modes knowledge is called supreme wisdom. Wisdom means what? Wisdom is greater than knowledge. Wisdom means he has now the power to use that knowledge for his benefit, for everyone's benefit. Then it is called, then a person is called wise. You have heard this word wise, no? A knowledgeable person is one thing, but a wise person is another thing, right? A wise person is at another level only. Why? Because he has understood that knowledge and understood how to implement it only. But a knowledgeable person only knows knowledge. He will he will just know it. Okay, he will have huge amount of knowledge, but he doesn't know how to use it. That is just a knowledgeable person. But a wise person knows how to use it for one's benefit, for everyone's benefit, like that. So this knowledge, Krishna says, is supreme wisdom. Okay, it won't be just theoretical knowledge, it will be practical knowledge also. The best of all knowledge, Krishna is saying, it is the best of all knowledge, knowing which all the sages have attained supreme perfection. Now, very interestingly, he used the word sages, munayaha, munis, the sadhus. So the way the sadhus live is very interesting, isn't it? If you read any shastra, Ramayana, Mahabharata, you see the sadhus, they live in such a way that they are always in good situations, they are never into problems, right? They are even if they get into problem, they know how to come out of it, isn't it? So this is actually knowledge how to become a sadhu. And this sadhu is like, not that we have to leave everything and all that. No, even while being in this material world, working, marrying, having children, etc., still one can be sadhu. So this knowledge will take us to that level. Okay, this knowledge will take us to that level. From the 7th chapter to the end of 12th chapter, Sri Krishna in detail reveals the absolute truth, the personality of Godhead. Now the Lord himself is further enlightening Arjuna. If one understands this chapter through process of philosophical speculation, he will come to an understanding of devotional service.
Prabhuji, why speculation word is used? Philosophical speculation.
Speculation, right? Speculate here it means deliberate.
Deliberate, yeah.
See, speculation involves deliberation.
Yeah.
Deliberation means to think about it, to think from various angles.
Okay. Yeah.
But if it is done in the right way, then such a philosophical speculation will lead to devotional service. But if it is done just for dry arguments, just for word jugglery, okay, then it leads to confusion.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Um, if I get some example, of how the words of Bhagavad Gita are used for word jugglery. Word jugglery in sense, people will speak in such a way that uh, that it won't make sense. Okay, it won't make sense. Let me give you one example. Now that you have asked, right? Let me just search and give one example. Um, just give me a minute.
Yes, yes.
Once I had read such a Gita quote. Uh, if I can get it, it will be interesting. Uh, okay, I'm not getting right now. Mm, Okay. Okay. If I get come across that quote now, I will show. But
Okay.
anyway, the point is when deliberation is done from various angles, it should lead to the right conclusion. Then such a philosophical speculation is fine. Okay, we'll go further. In the 13th chapter, it was clearly explained that by humbly developing knowledge, and one may possibly be freed from material entanglement. It is also explained that it is due to association of the modes that the living entity is entangled in this material world. Now, in this chapter, Krishna explains what these three modes are, how they act, how they bind, how they give liberation. The knowledge explained in this chapter is proclaimed by Supreme Lord to be superior to the knowledge given so far in other chapters. By understanding this knowledge, various great sages attain perfection and transfer to the spiritual world. The law, the Sri Krishna now explains the same knowledge in a better way. This knowledge is far superior to all the processes of knowledge thus far explained, and knowing this will may attain perfection. This is expected. Okay, thus it is expected that one who understands this 14th chapter will attain perfection. So this knowledge is so practical and it is so great. Hmm? Idam jnanam upashritya mama sadharmam agatah sargepi nopajayante pralayatena vyatanti cha. By becoming fixed in this knowledge, one can attain to a transcendental nature like my own. Thus established, one is not born at the time of creation and disturbed at the time of dissolution. So Krishna says that one can attain the transcendental nature like his own. Sadharmam. See, the word sadharmam is used. Hmm? Same nature. So this knowledge will help us to be spiritual in all circumstances. Is that the answer? Okay. Even at the time of creation or death, one is not disturbed. It will give that kind of clarity. After acquiring perfect transcendental knowledge, one acquires qualitative equality with the supreme personality of Godhead. So when we get this kind of transcendental knowledge, this para jnana, then we qualitatively become equal to the Lord. Okay, we don't become quantitatively, but qualitatively. Becoming free from repetition of birth and death. One does not, however, lose his identity as the individual soul. It is understood from the Vedic literature that the liberated souls who have reached the transcendental planets of the spiritual sky always look to the lotus feet of the Lord, being engaged in the transcendental loving service. And even after liberation, the devotees do not lose their individual identities. Generally, in the material world, whatever knowledge we get is contaminated by the three modes. Knowledge which is not contaminated by three modes is called transcendental knowledge. Divya Gyan. The word Divya Gyana means the three modes are not there in it. Sattva gun is not there, Rajagun is not there, Tamogun is not there. It is pure Sattva. This concept we'll again discuss. Right now, we will focus on the three modes only. As soon as one is situated in the transcendental knowledge, one is on the same platform as the Supreme Person. So when one gets Divya Gyan, then he is on the same platform as the Supreme Person. Those who have no knowledge of spiritual sky hold that after being freed from the material activity of material form, this spiritual identity becomes formless without any variegatedness. So last chapter we discussed this point again and again that uh, the monist, they think that if we merge into the Brahman, we become one and our existence ends. But that is not the case. It is just like a green parrot entering a green tree. It may look like it has merged, but the green parrot is still existing on the tree, one of the branch. It is invisible because leaves are green, parrot is green, very difficult to identify. Feels like it merged, but actually the parrot is still existing. However, just as there is material variegatedness in this world, the spiritual world, there is also variegatedness. So whatever variety we see in the material world, there is much more variety in the spiritual world also. But those who are ignorant of this, they think that They think that spiritual existence is opposed to material variety. They think that spiritual existence doesn't have any variety. It is not like that. It has variety. But actually, in the spiritual sky, one attains a spiritual form, and there are spiritual activities, and the spiritual situation is called devotional service. That atmosphere is said to be uncontaminated, and there is and there one is equal in quality with the supreme lord. To obtain such knowledge, one must develop all spiritual qualities. One who thus develops the spiritual qualities is not affected either by creation nor by destruction of the material world. So this particular concept that is explained here, right, it will come more in the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, that after this chapter. After this chapter, how come the spiritual world has more variety, and it has a variety which is not contaminated by the three modes? All that discussion will happen in the 15th chapter. Mama yonir mahad brahma tasmin garbham dadhamyam sambhava sarvabhutanam tato bhavati bharatah. The total material substance called Brahman is the source of birth, and that Brahman I impregnate, making possible the births of all living entities. O son of Bharata. So, Brahman, it consists of this material substance also: earth, water, air, fire, false ego, intelligence, mind. Okay, subtle and gross objects. Krishna says, I impregnate. He gives all the Jivatmas into this Brahman and comes out all these different kinds of bodies. The Jivatma is supplied by Krishna. Okay. Jivatma is supplied by Krishna. Mama Yonir Mahad Brahma. Mama Yonir. Yoni. Mama means me. My Yoni. I impregnate in Mahad Brahma. Tasmin Garbham. Garbha. Garbha, this word is used for what? Garbha.
Pregnancy, garb.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's how I Krishna is saying he impregnates this material Brahman, Brahman, this material Brahman which has this material elements, it impregnates. Sambhava, Sambhav. After that only it is possible. Sarva Bhutana. All these bodies you see, that's why it is possible to get all this Sarva, all these kinds of Bhutana, mean all these bodies. Otherwise, it is not possible. On its own, it doesn't come. Someone has to give. How does the baby come?
Yeah.
The husband has to impregnate the wife. Otherwise, it doesn't come. The semen has to be passed down to the garbha. Then only baby comes out. Same way, Krishna says, these all different bodies that are coming, I am giving that yoni.
Yes.
So, so Krishna is father, mother, pitama, all three. This is an explanation of the world. Everything that takes place due to combination of Kshetra and Kshetrajna, the body and the spirit soul. This combination of material nature and the living entity is made possible by Supreme God Himself. The Mahat Tattva is the total cause of the cosmic manifestation and the total substance of the material cause, in which there are three modes, is sometimes called Brahman. So Brahman has these three modes also. It has spiritual also, it has material things also. The Supreme Personality impregnates the total substance, and this innumerable universes become possible. This total material manifestation substance is called Mat Tattva. It is described in as Brahman in Vedic literature. In Mukunda Upanishad, it is said, Tasmad etet Brahmanam Rupam Annam Sajayate. The Supreme Person impregnates the Brahman with seeds of living entities. The 24 elements beginning from earth, water, air, fire, and all the material energy, and they constitute what is called Mahad Brahman. It includes the mind, false ego, and intelligence. These are all subtle matter. That is also there in Mahad Brahman. As explained in the 7th chapter, beyond this, there is another spiritual nature, the living entity. So, this living entity belongs to Krishna. Then Krishna impregnates. Thus, into material nature, the supreme energy is mixed by the will of Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, Krishna does this, and therefore, all living entities are born in this material nature. The scorpion lays eggs in the pile of rice. Sometimes, scorpions are found in the piles of rice. So one may think, no, the rice was the cause of the birth of scorpion. No, it is not like that. The eggs were there, laid by the mother in the rice, and once the time happened, the scorpion came out. Similarly, material nature is not the cause of birth of living entities. The seed is given by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and they only seem to come out as products of material nature. Thus every living entity, according to his past activity, has different body created by this material nature. So the entity can enjoy or suffer according to his past deeds. The Lord is the cause of all the manifestations of living entity in this material world. Okay. Sarva yoneshu kauntaya murtaya sambhavanti yah tasman tasam brahma mahad yonir aham bija pradapita. Aham Bija Pradapita. Bija, I am the, Aham means I am. Bija means seed. Pradapita, I am the Pita. I am the father because I give this Bija. It is to be understood that all the species of life, O son of Kunti, are made possible by birth in the material nature, and I am the seed giving father. So Krishna is father also, Krishna is mother also, Krishna is grandfather also. In this verse, it is clearly explained that the Supreme Person of Godhead, Krishna, is the original father of all living entities. The living entities are seen not only on this planet but on every planet, even on the highest where Brahma is situated. So living entities are there on every planet. Okay, Sun, Moon, Saturn, every planet. They will have different bodies. Now, to live like a fish in the water, one should have body of what?
Uh,
Fish, right?
fish. Yeah.
So there are gills on the fish, right? You must have heard this.
Yeah, for breathing. Yeah.
So there are these gills, and water goes through that, and then from the water, oxygen is extracted, and that's how the fish is living. Point is, if we have to live underneath the water, then we should have a body like a fish. So scuba divers and all that, they take tanks of oxygen, right, with them, and that's how they breathe. So on in water, if we need fish, then fish body. Then on the sun, one will have fire body. It will completely made of fire only. Fire is anyway material element. It is not spiritual, but it is subtle element. So there are living entities in every planet, but they are in what? Having different bodies, not like this earth, water, fire, air, ether. They will have only one or two elements. Our body requires 5 elements. Bodies on other planets may require only one or two elements, isn't it? Okay. Everywhere there are living entities. Within the earth, there are living entities. Even within water, within fire. All the appearances are due to Mother, material nature, and Krishna is the seed giving process. The purport is that living material world is impregnated with living entities who come out in various forms at the time of creation according to their past deeds. Sattam rajas tama iti gunan prakriti sambhava nibananti mahabaho dehi dehinam abhyam dehe dehinam abhyam. Material nature consists of three modes: goodness, passion, ignorance. When the eternal living entity comes in contact with nature, oh mighty Arjuna, he becomes conditioned by these three modes. So, like I told you, this mm, hmm, the living entity when he comes in this world, he gets these kind of suits to wear, and with these suits, he will have different facilities and different abilities, right? So he becomes conditioned. If he gets a body of a lion, he is conditioned to act like a lion. Like in a drama, one may be doing drama of a cow. Then one has to wear the costume of a cow, and one then how one talks only says moo moo moo. That's it, isn't
Yes.
it?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's how one become conditioned. The living entity, because he's transcendental, has nothing to do with his material nature. See, the Jivatma is spiritual, it has nothing to do. But because he become conditioned, because he's told that you are a cow in the drama, so act like a cow. You are something else. You are like a king in the drama, so act like a king. So in a drama, the person may not be really the king, but he has to act like a king then. Otherwise, the whole drama goes bad. So in this material world, it is like that. We become conditioned by this material world. Conditions are put around us. How to talk? Bow, 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 bow. Or moo, moo, like that. Because living entities have different kinds of body in terms of different aspects of nature, they are induced to act according to that nature. This is the cause of varieties of happiness and distress. So that's how we get happiness and distress in this world. We get different bodies, and that bodies give us certain happiness, distress. Okay. So we'll stop here. Any questions or comments? Yes, any questions or comments?
No, Prabhu.
Oh, sorry.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I'm Samarpita Devi Dasi. Samarpita Harini Devi Dasi. Uh, your class was very nectarian. Thank you for giving us a deep insight into the concepts, especially the mode of passion. I really like the way you have given us deep insights on how everything is needed, but we have to follow the path of dharma on whatever we do. And you gave example of how passion that business we are running, we have some distress depending on the
Yeah, yeah,
kind
yeah.
of yeah. Now I have this worry, you could say, within me because I'm working for multinational company, IT company. So we are serving cow eaters actually. So is there a problem, right? According to Shastra, when we saw our acharyas, Sanatan Goswami and Rupa Goswami, they were so sad that they were working under the king who was a Islamic king, and then they left the job and then they they went to full bhakti and they
Yes,
guided us
yes.
so much. But we are not. We are so fallen. I could say for myself, I'm so fallen, and I don't think I can go to that way. But I always feel bad that these people, they're slaughtering cows in their country. They're running huge businesses and we are
Yeah, yeah,
serving them. So how does this go? Is it like dharma or like what is our situation, Prabhuji, in such a
yeah,
Kali
exactly.
Yuga?
Yeah, yeah, it is complicated, but it is not okay. It is not that we are the only ones facing this problem. It was happening before also.
Yes, Prabhu, it's happening to most of the people.
No,
But
like,
I feel guilty actually. I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
know how to
yeah,
come out of it.
yeah, yeah. I understand your question. So these are three brothers. What are the names of these brothers?
Ravana, Kumbhakaran,
And
and
Vibhishan.
Vibhishan. Vibhishan, yeah.
right now, out of which we know that Vibhishan was a good person. Ravana, Kumbhakarna was problematic. Okay, passion, ignorance, too much of them. Right? Ravana used to defeat people, capture their girls, bring them at home. Kumbhakaran used to get up once in 6 months and eat anything that comes in front. And Vibhishan was not like that, but he was minister in their kingdom.
Yeah.
He had to work for them. That was his situation. He cannot leave them, but he had to work for them. So it is not like we are the only ones who were in this situation. Hundreds and thousands of years ago, millions of years ago, actually, Ramayana took place like almost 800,000 years ago. So that time also Vedic culture was there, but these problematic situations were there. You had to work with these kind of people who were fully adharmic, and sometimes we have no option.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So we take inspiration from Vibhishan. Okay.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Shastras give us example. Vibhishan
Okay.
is one, Akrura is another one, Vidura is another one, right?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Hmm. In our lineage, Acharya's lineage, you talked about Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
See, they became the ministers in the Nizam kingdom. One of the reason was that that once they became the ministers, Nizam became very dependent on these two great personalities because they were very efficient in whatever they did. One was finance
Yes,
minister, one was prime minister. Okay,
yes, Prabhu.
administration, finance was taken very nicely. He was very happy with them. But the internal reason was because he was very happy with them, he didn't torture the Brahmanas, the Brahmin communities.
Yes,
Because,
Prabhu. Yes,
yeah,
Prabhu.
because Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, they came from the Brahmin communities. So
Yeah.
now they became so good to this Islamic king that they could convince him not to torture. So
Correct.
that way
Correct.
they were protecting dharma only.
Yeah,
Okay.
Prabhu. Yeah.
Now there are devotees who will get into this situation. But in case of Rupa and Sanatan Goswami, they developed a desire to serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
By completely dedicating, they were ready to give up everything.
Correct, Prabhu.
Yeah. So they had to do, so therefore their story goes that they ran away from the king and all that.
Yeah, Prabhu.
Yeah. But our situation is not like that. We should understand that we are not at the level of Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami. They were able to leave everything and go. In our case, we are like Vibhishan, we cannot leave also. In our case,
Yes,
we are like
Prabhu.
Apsura, we are like Vidura. We cannot
Yes,
leave.
Prabhu.
We have to be there.
Yes,
Like
Prabhu.
Bhishma knew Dharma, but he couldn't leave that much so easily.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. So that is one thing that. So then we should do the karma yoga. So what is karma yoga? We need to understand that first. Karma yoga means to do our duty in accordance to Vedic principles in Vedas. Okay. Second is in a detached manner as a duty. Hmm? Third is detached from fruits. Okay, we are detached from the fruit. How can we say we are detached from the fruit? We will use the fruit
In
in,
service of the Lord.
yes, in welfare of Krishna and all
His
beings.
devotee.
Okay,
Yes, Prabhu.
this is what we need to do.
Okay, Prabhu.
Yeah. Now, having said this, there are still other considerations. Even though we are talking about Vibhishan, one day Vibhishan left these two. What was the situation?
Mother Sita was.
Yes. When the Lord himself is offended, at that point the devotee will leave.
Yes,
Same with
Prabhu.
Vidura. When Krishna was finally offended and Duryodhan spoke insulting words to Vidura, Vidura thought, I am not needed here. So he left.
Correct, Prabhu.
So these are the situations when to leave also.
Yes, Prabhu.
So exit example is given and continuation is also given.
Correct, Prabhu.
Okay. So
Correct.
in this regards, I will tell that if our business is directly linked to breaking the four regulative principles, if it is directly linked, indirectly is fine. Fine in sense
Okay.
indirectly we can't help,
Yes, Prabhu. Correct.
right?
Yeah.
Like those who are coding, the Windows software, indirectly they cannot stop it that it will be used in some slaughterhouses and all that. They cannot stop it. It's a general
Correct.
it's a general product. But if
Yes,
the
Prabhu.
product is directly used for breaking four regulative principles, then yes, we can make a decision, we can exit, and there will be 100 others who can replace us. There's no problem.
Yes,
Okay,
Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
so that is the time the exit has to be done.
Okay, Prabhu.
Till that
Got it,
point,
Prabhu.
we have to follow karma yoga. We have to be detached, do it as a duty, use the fruit in Krishna's service and service of every all living beings.
Yes, Prabhu.
Loka sangraha. And one more thing is that uh, one more thing is do your duty with the understanding that you are not the doer. This doer mentalship is also not there in karma yoga. What that means is, what does this mean? I'm not the doer.
It's all Krishna's mercy.
Okay, that is one understanding. Yes, that is true. But how? How will you explain?
So, like, I'm only a means of getting that activity completed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I always explain it this way. This is an excavator, and this excavator is used to dig. Okay. Now, who is doing the actual digging? If I ask you
Excavator.
this question, excavator is
Excavator.
doing, but can the excavator do it on its own? No.
No. No.
So the operator is taking the help of the excavator to dig.
Yes.
But can the operator also do it independently? Wherever he can go, just go digging?
No.
No. So
No, Prabhu.
under the instruction of the owner or the superior authority, the operator is using this excavator to do the digging process
Yes.
where it
Yes,
is
Prabhu.
required, not at any place he may desire.
Correct.
Correct.
Okay. So now I will go back to this picture. Our body is a machine, right? We can use this body wherever, however we want, but this body is not belonging to us. It belongs to Krishna. That whole energy is Krishna's, right? So under the direction of the Vedas, if we use this body for dharmic purpose, right, then we are properly utilizing this body, isn't it?
Yes, Prabhu.
So my question is, if we are doing certain thing, we are using the energy of Krishna, and this energy belongs to Krishna, and he has allowed us to do that.
Correct, Prabhu.
So
Yes,
who
Prabhu.
is the real doer in it?
Krishna.
The Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if we say, if we say the operator dug this, no, it is the company who is owning this, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
Correct.
Like we say L&T build the building. Technically hundreds of people were involved, but ultimately we say L&T company built the building
Yes.
because that is the main guy, na? So in that sense, who is the doer? The main
L&T.
The
company, right?
Supreme.
The main
Yeah.
company is the doer. So that's why when we are doing our karma, we should understand that we are not the only doer. We are using the energy of the Lord. Our hands, legs, matter, everything. And the intelligence also coming from Krishna. So we are the not the only doer, we are one of the doer, and Krishna is the ultimate sanctioner. In that sense, we understand we are not the doer. Kartaham iti manyate.
Karta hu.
So generally we think we are the doer, but when we really analyze, we come to know, oh, it's not like that. I am using somebody else's energy. You're getting this point?
Correct,
Yes.
Prabhu. Correct.
Yes, Prabhu.
Like a child may be held by children, sorry, a child may be held by mother to cook something. But ultimately, the child goes and says, I cooked it.
Yeah.
So he
Yeah.
thinks that I am the only doer. But behind the scene, different things happen. So in that
Correct.
sense, Krishna says, Kartahamiti manyate. Don't think you are the only doer. And when one
Okay.
thinks like that, then one actually does karma yoga. All four things should be done.
Correct, Prabhu. So we are instrument of the Lord to fulfill some duties spiritually.
Yes. But we should first understand we have to become instrument,
Yeah, correct, Prabhu. Correct, Prabhu.
right?
Yeah.
Like right now, our companies are paying us to do certain things. So we are instrument in the hands of the company. But let's say if we start doing something that we want to do and the company doesn't want to do, then it becomes a problem, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. So like that. So these four things are required, and this is what we need to do. Okay. This is karma yoga. This is what we need to do.
Prabhu, and one more flavor to this perspective, like the colleagues we interact with, they are from foreign countries, they are all atheists. They sometimes speak badly about God Himself. So they might be higher to our position. Maybe my leader. My leader is an atheist. He speaks bad about God, and Sometimes I feel so sad. So I tell him, don't. God is good and all. But it's painful to hear, to interact with such atheistic people
Yeah,
who.
yeah, yeah.
What to do in
So,
such a sense, Prabhu?
okay, yes. So here Rupa Goswami tells in Nectar of Instruction, fourth verse, he says, Dadati pratiganati guyam akhyati prayachati bhumte bhojatam chaiva sad vidhi priti lakshanam. These are 6 ways one can associate with a person, and this association is strongest. Offering gifts in charity, accepting charitable gifts, revealing one mind in confidence, inquiring confidentially, accepting prasad, offering prasad. These are 6 symptoms of love shared by one devotee to another. So, this is how one associates with another person. Now, if we decide to associate with someone, these are the things to be done with them: offering gifts to them, accepting gifts, revealing one's mind to them, inquiring confidential to them, accepting prasad, offering prasad. Now,
Gifts and
Sorry,
whom we
Prabhuji, this
don't
is
want
for
to
the
associate,
devotees. Sorry, Prabhuji.
uh,
whom we
gifts and
don't want to
prasad.
associate, we should not do these things. That's the point.
Yeah.
Yeah, Prabhuji, for this, for example, the atheistic team leader, I don't offer him gifts and prasad. But sometimes I may have to share my mind related to work related stress.
Work related
That,
is fine,
okay,
because
that
work,
is
you are
fine.
dealing with work,
Uh,
nothing beyond that.
yeah, if I'm falling sick, I need to tell him I'm not able to do this work. And then sometimes not, it's not too close, but sometimes in the
That
way
is
of.
fine. Na? That is anything, that whole thing is transactional. Always remember that.
Huh.
And it only
Okay.
depends on the work.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, for work, it is fine.
Okay.
Anything beyond that becomes problematic. Like, I'm talking about these things, especially revealing one's mind in confidence. See, this is secret thing. This is like, what I think and all that. But work related is all fine. But anything related to one's belief, one's principles, integrity, like that, one's religious beliefs and all that, that need not be shared.
Correct, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Prabhu, I have a friend who's like 4 years old friend. To me, he's a German. I used to teach him Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. He used to learn it. I even gifted him a Bhagavad Gita. And he says that his life is good things are happening to him after
Hmm.
having the Bhagavad Gita in his house. Even though he's from atheistic family, most of the Germans are a atheistic background, Prabhuji,
Hmm.
as far as I'm saying. But suddenly, last December, he told he killed his own cow and he ate it for Christmas, and he was not sad about it. He says it's his culture, and he doesn't think it's bad. So I felt very bad to have associated with him, but suddenly I can't cut him off also
Yeah.
because
So
what to do?
um, the way to handle this situation is, um, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. We are going to read this in the very end. This confidential knowledge should never be explained to those who are not austere, devoted, or engaged in devotional service, not to one who is envious of me. If they fall in this category, right, then we should understand that they may not be able to take it fully. So definitely
Yes,
your
yes.
person is not austere. Your friend is not austere.
Yeah,
So that is there. And he may be envious of God also, whatever. But yeah, so such people, then we should understand that we did not go too near to them. And second thing is, because he lives in another country and all that, he should meet a devotee face to face.
correct, Prabhu. But
Yeah.
he is not interested, and the only devotee he has met. And I need his help for solving many technical problems at
Technical
work.
problem is fine. You don't go
So
beyond technical.
he's kind of a friend who I need to finish my
Right, I
problems in
understand.
work.
I understand. For that much only you keep relationship. For everything else, uh, you direct him to meet a devotee face to face, or you understand from this verse that this knowledge need not be given to such a person who's not austere.
Correct, Prabhu. Correct.
Yeah. And the thing is, we may not know at the start, like you didn't knew at the start. Okay.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes.
But once we come to know, okay, this is not working, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
Then need not continue.
Correct, Prabhu. Correct.
Yeah.
Nowadays, only technical I
Yes.
discuss with him.
Only technical. And if he ever asks you anything about Krishna, this, that, you should tell him that best is if you can meet someone face to face, and I will give you address of Munich temple or Berlin temple, and tell him to travel there.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. But he is not interested in those
Yeah,
things.
then you just cut it off. You say, I have something coming up. I cannot talk to you on this matter. Hmm?
Yes, Prabhu.
And that's it.
Yeah,
Just
Prabhu.
yeah. See, this is the thing, where there is no Vedic culture, this is the problem we'll face. They won't be
Yes, Prabhu.
austere and all that. So we have to be tolerant.
Yes,
Okay, we
Prabhu.
have to be tolerant. At the start, we don't know, so we gave him book and all that. But once we come to know, okay, this is not working out, you know, then just leave it to Krishna.
Yeah, Prabhu. But he is saying he is keeping the book near to his head and sleeping, and he is feeling some positive vibrations.
Whatever it
Sometimes,
is, good for him.
yeah,
There are
sometimes he's talking good also, sometimes he's being bad
there are
also.
there are many Indians also who eat meat and they read Bhagavad Gita.
Uh,
Yes, Prabhuji. There are a lot of.
Yeah, so we cannot change everyone. We can bring the horse to the water, but the horse has to drink it, na? You have
correct,
heard this thing,
Prabhu.
right? So
Correct, correct.
so yeah, so the thing is not, don't become emotionally attached to these people. Once we
Yes,
know,
Prabhu.
okay, they don't fall in this category.
Correct,
The
Prabhu. Correct.
problem is you are emotionally attached now.
No, Prabhu. 4 years I am
Yeah,
having
that's what, na.
conversations.
Yeah. So the thing is, you should never think you cultivated. You are
Because
not the
I
doer.
need to have at least one friend in my team who will help me now because it's
Yeah,
tough for the
see,
way
keep it
to
for the work
survive.
purpose only. Don't go
Ah,
beyond it. See, these are
yes, Prabhu.
instructions you need to read and understand what Rupa Goswami is saying.
Correct,
You
Prabhu.
have to connect this with this verse, 18.67 with this verse. And you have to see whether it's working out, whether it's not working out, like that.
Correct, Prabhu.
Yeah,
Correct.
everyone won't fall in the category of following, becoming pure and all that. No.
Correct, Prabhu.
So
I
we need to
sometimes wish I have devotees in my team, but all are Germans and Chinese. Only one Indian is there. That too, he is not a devotee.
No,
Mostly.
we did not think about having devotees in our work circle, because that is not possible. We'll always have non-devotees in our work circle.
Yes, Prabhu.
Starting
Yes.
from Pandavas. 5 Pandavas, 99 hundreds of cousins, non-devotees. The
Yeah,
king is non-devotee. Dhritarashtra is non-devotee.
true.
Hmm? Only few friends he has. Bhishma, Dronacharya. The uncle of Duryodhan, Shakuni, non-devotee. Duryodhan's friend, Jarasandha, non-devotee. So we are like Pandavas, only 5 devotees, that's it. Everyone else, 200 non-devotees. What to speak of that? Vibhishan, one devotee, and millions of non-devotees. So we'll
True.
always be in this situation. We should not think, okay, I need to. So what we should do is we should look at Karma Yoga. We should do our duty, be detached, think we are not the doer, serve Krishna. So take association of devotees. So that's why Prabhupada made this society, so that we can come in the association of devotees. We did not be always in the situation of Vibhishan and Prahlad Maharaj and 5 Pandavas.
Correct.
Okay.
Saturday, Sundays, I go for my nearest Bhakti temple in Panatur. But still, I feel I want more devotee association, more and more, because the contamination is
It
so high in the
it
working
won't come
environment.
in your work circle. It won't come in your work time period. It will always be after work or before work till you retire.
Yes, Prabhu, that is the
Yeah.
problem.
It's not a problem. It's the way it is. Just accept it, because see, you have to work because of various reasons: financial, professional, whatever. Now this is the thing you have to face, that it will be before work and after work only, that you will get association of like-minded devotees in a bhakti center, in a ISKCON temple. That's why Krishna, Prabhupada created ISKCON, so that we can associate with devotees. But it won't happen in the work. It will always happen before work, after work.
Correct, 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 Prabhu.
Yeah.
That's why I'm contributing for temple construction, whatever possible, to
Yes.
purify my money. It's
Yes.
that's
Yes.
one happiness I've got, Prabhu,
You talked about
contributing.
Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami. They also did the same thing. They
Yeah, Prabhu.
allocated,
Yeah.
allocated at most 50% of their wealth
Oh, that's really
in the
great.
service of Vaishnavas.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
So start from 0.1%, you can go to 50% to use in Krishna service.
Correct, Prabhu. Correct, Prabhu. Krishna's mercy, I should grow to that level.
You
Please
do
pray for
whatever
me,
is
Prabhu.
required. The thing is, always remember, it is the bhava, it is not the quantity. We
Ha.
have this famous example of the squirrel trying
Squirrel.
to help in building the,
Ram,
right,
Setu.
Ram.
Ramasetu. Yeah.
Ram Setu. But Hanuman came and he said, get out of my way. But then Ram called both of them and he said, Hanuman, how much service you are doing, how much service this squirrel is doing,
Ah.
I am equally happy with this squirrel also. So that is Krishna.
Yeah.
You cannot
Yeah.
you cannot gauge him in numbers. Like
Correct,
once
Prabhu.
they were weighing Krishna
Yeah.
and on the other side they were putting all the jewels and gold and everything, but it was not coming equal to his weight. Then Rukmini brought a leaf of tulsi, and the moment she kept it on the tula,
Yeah.
it became
Tuladan.
heavy.
Yeah, Prabhuji,
Eh,
Tuladan.
So
Tuladan,
it
yeah.
is the
correct.
bhava, it is the bhava.
Ha.
Okay,
Correct,
so
correct,
with what purpose you want to serve Krishna?
correct,
There
Prabhu.
are many
Correct.
rich people, they just come and give crores of rupees, but their bhava is very different. Their bhava is that, I want to purchase this so and so guru, or I want to become a prominent member. I want to show this world that I am the donor of this great service. That is so again, this whole point comes in three modes of material nature. Like we are going to read how to do charity. I'll just show this and we'll stop. Charity in goodness is what? Given out of duty without expectation of return, at proper time, place, and to a worthy person. Passion is what? I am expecting something in return. I gave you this much donation, right? I'm expecting something in return. And in ignorance is to give charity to a wrong person at a wrong time without
Hmm.
respect.
Correct, correct.
Correct, correct, Prabhuji.
So it is not the quantity, it is the bhava.
Yes,
And that
Prabhu.
bhava
Yes.
should be in mode of goodness. So that's why we
Yes.
are going to discuss these modes, so that we can keep ourselves in this sattva gun, and we can use rajas and tamas to be aligned to dharma.
Correct, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. You have really helped me to come out of my confusion and gave me so much clarity. I thank you very much, Prabhuji, for helping me every time whenever I'm in confusion. You really helped me out of that situation using this Vedic knowledge. Thanks a lot, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
This knowledge is given by our acharyas. So all glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to our teachers. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna.